Hi, everybody. This is Lowell, and we're talking about how to start a music school. And one of the very first things that I did is to decide or understand what the value is of what you have to offer. Everybody has what they want to give as a gift to somebody else, and it's kind of funny sometimes. If you ever try to give a gift that you would give to yourself to somebody else on Christmas, and they open it up and they're lackluster about how they do they really like it or not. It wasn't something they wanted; it was something that you wanted. So when you're thinking about what is my value, what is it that I can offer and give to somebody else, it's not necessarily what you would want to give. There are a lot of different directions that I could go in terms of as a musician that I would wish that people would want, but that's not really the case. The case is they want what they want, and they see value in how they see value, and so your mindset should be, what do I have that they would literally pay money to meet their need? And so I made a list of maybe 18 or 20 things. And so this is a, uh, a pre-video to the videos that I made earlier that when I first started out. And so this will be at the beginning of each one of those, this video here. And so this is just a prelude to those videos. And this you'll have to create your own. You'll find that you have a clientele, you have people in your community that will want certain aspects of what you have to offer. And so the main thing is to get into the mindset of what is it that other people are wanting. It's empathy. You're empathetically getting into the mindset of the consumer, of the customer, to say, what is it that they want? And then as you do that, then what you have to offer will actually come up. It'll rise to the top, but it's all initiated by the mindset of what is it that the other, you're the people that you're serving, what is it that they want? Hi, everybody. This is Lowell again with another thought or concept about the benefits of studying music. And this is about listening skills and the ability to listen with attentiveness. One of the greatest things a musician can develop is the ability to listen to not only himself or herself, but your section and the entire ensemble and the entire room, and to become aware, hyper aware of everything that's happening. There's a famous violin teacher at Juilliard. She's no longer alive now, but she was considered the greatest violin teacher in the world. Her name was Dorothy Dulce, and she comes from a long history of successful pedagogy. She was considered the top violin teacher in the world at the time that she was living, and one of the highest things that she taught her students, and you'll hear all of her students talk about this, and she would just stop people in midstream when they're playing, and she would say, you must be listening, your ear must be hanging on every note. So the value of listening to oneself as a performer, of everything around you, is of the highest level of as a musician. And this translates into life as well. So many of us have our thoughts formed before we want to listen to other people in a conversation while somebody else is sharing their thought or their idea. We're already crafting our thought and our idea that we want to say, and we end up speaking over people. We end up not really hearing what people have to say. I'm reading a book right now, a really fascinating book by Maurice Canbar called The Secrets from an Inventor's Notebook. And he talks about, as an inventor, how many times he's failed because he hasn't really listened carefully to what his clients or the people that he's making this invention, he didn't actually do the groundwork of asking the right questions of what people are really wanting. So one of the greatest things that you can do in life is to become a really good listener. As I heard one man say, God gave you two ears and one mouth. So you should be listening twice as hard as you are speaking. And as a musician, you should be listening twice as much as you are producing the music yourself. So it's a life skill of learning to become aware of what other people are telling you, of what other people are expecting. Um, and if you become aware of your surroundings, you'll be much more successful. So that's the benefit of listening.